Welcome, guys, to the second iteration of this workshop. In this workshop, we are going to focus on Inferno. Last time we focused on Mirage, and Inferno is one of the. It is the second most popular map that is ever played on Counter Strike. Just give me a sec. I'll share my screen. Yep. Okay. So back to HLTV. As I was mentioning in the last workshop, HLTV is your go-to place for everything related to Counter Strike, and we're on Inferno. You will see a lot of stuff here, events and all of that, and other stuff here. But let's focus on the specific match for today. Let me see if I can find it directly from here. I think it'll be difficult. I'm just gonna search for it. Okay, as some of you might have guessed, the match that we are focusing on today is the E-League Boston Major 2018 and the grand final of this event, that was Cloud9 versus FaZe Clan, and Cloud9 won the major, and this was a Cinderella story, as everyone called it, because this was the first time ever when a North American team won a major. Uh, Later on, Team Liquid managed to uh, establish themselves an era, but that was much later on. In 2018, Cloud9 was the first team from NA to win a major, and when nobody really expected them to. The team that had a lot of faith, the roster from Cloud9 was when Nothing and Shroud were in the team. But before this event, a few months before this event, Nothing and uh, Shroud left the team, and no one really expected this team to shine after they left, but they did manage to win this. So what I did is I downloaded the demo from HLTV. You can do the same. Let's go to stats and see who performed how. Go to Cloud9. This was the actual roster that that managed to get the win. This roster below here. So it was Automatic, Rush, Skadoodle, Stewie2K, and Tarek. Automatic, Skadoodle, and Stewie2K were the three players who stayed in the team from before, and Rush and Tarek were the new additions. As you can guess, this wasn't really a star team compared to their opponents, which was FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan had the historic lineup with Guardian. Yeah, this was the event lineup. Yeah, so it was Guardian, Olaf Meister, Rain, Nico, Carrigan, and this team was the favorites. They were bound to win. Olaf Meister was on his way to get a third major win, just like JW, Flusha, and he already had two. So this was going to be their first major win. Guardian hadn't secured a single major win, so the storylines on both the sides was amazing. This was one of the most anticipated majors, and consequently, the matches that were played were amazing, especially in the final when uh, it actually got down to Inferno. That's what we're going to discuss today. So how it went was finals was FaZe Clan versus Cloud9. They played one map on Overpass, and they played another map on it was Mirage, I think, and finally got down to Inferno. So I'll just get to the demo. Yeah, so map 1 was Mirage, map 2 was Overpass. Funny thing about it was they actually both the teams lost their own picks. So it came down to Inferno, and as some of you might know, Inferno went on to double overtime. That was the first time ever that a grand final map in a major went to double OT, or even went to a single OT. Map 3, that was. Let me just load the demo file. All right. Getting back to CSGO, play demo and all right. So in this workshop, we are going to skip all the basic stuff that we went through in our first workshop. What we'll go through is directly some of the high-level strats or some of the high-level mid-round calls that were called during these games. So you will not see me calling out specific strats because in the upper tiers, premeditated stats don't always work. They give you a general idea what you need to do in specific rounds, but you can't really follow specific strats all all throughout your matches. So what you basically do is mid-round calling. That is most important. How you play the rounds based on what your enemy is doing. That is what matters more. So in the highest tier, it obviously goes based on how your opponent plays off. So let's say Cloud9 is preparing for a match against FaZe Clan. They know what the general strategies are followed by FaZe Clan. So they'll prepare their strategies to counter those strategies by FaZe Clan. They will not start to make strategies from ground up. And these strategies are not always called in the beginning itself. As you see, what generally happens in lower tiers is that somebody from the team calls a B rush or an A rush or a waterfall or arch rush or mid to B or whatever your general stats are. That's not how it works in the upper tiers. What you do is either a position control or a contact play. So either you decide in the beginning of the round that we need this part of the map in the beginning itself. You either do that or you play contact. That is when you are conserving your utility. You wait for a encounter, and based on your encounter, if you win that encounter, you proceed to take on that site. If you lose that, you proceed to fall back, or sometimes to mix it up, you do the opposite as well. But let's start with how this plays off. When you see how these teams play against each other, you will understand why they don't have premeditated strategies, because things can go haywire anytime. Starting with the pistol round, you will see how they don't have a specific strategy. They don't proceed to just rush one site. Okay. You see Rush is going towards your mid, throwing this smoke for them, right? The smoke obviously was blocked by Guardian, but didn't really do much. All they did was take Arch at this point of time. They didn't do anything else. They just got to Arch. 1-to-1 trades. And you see they're not proceeding towards B, they're not proceeding towards A. They're just waiting. Because all they called was take Arch control in the starting of the round. They didn't say that we're going to plant on A or we're going to plant on B or whatever. They're just waiting. And you see FaZe Clan is pretty much confused. This player here, your player number 3, I'm not able to show you the full map because I've paused the demo. But basically, your player number 3 from FaZe Clan, who is in CT right now, CT spawn, is confused which side to go. He's not contributing anything to the hold of the site. He's just waiting to rotate because he does not know what is going to come. They don't have banana control. They don't have arch control. Two most important places to understand where the T's are going to hit. That is why Cloud9 wanted to just take control of arches and not proceed forward. This is the player I'm talking about. Carrigan does not know what to do at this point. And decides to go back to B. No footsteps at all. Everyone's guessing what's gonna happen. And that's a timed execute. They throw a smoke off and they flash. After this is just basic stuff. Play out the round. What is important is T's never enter a site without using their utility. You just don't dry peek. You do it sometimes to keep your opponents guessing, to mix stuff a little bit, but you never do it without any reason. You just don't rush a site. You always time it. There is somebody who will flash for you. There is somebody who will throw smoke for you or a molly. Those are your basic support players. Your support players always help you take the site. They don't just come behind you trying to just take your trade, or they don't always come along with you. They support you with utility, not necessarily by coming along with you, right? I want to show you something important here. Look at the buy from both the teams. Okay, the teams didn't really buy completely. I'll pause once they do.
Agreed.
This buy here in the second round is very interesting. Very much interesting. Okay. You see on the CT side, they won the round. They have money. But what you see Nico doing is directly buying in M4. Right? Nico is a star player. They know he can frag. So Nico is directly going to take an M4. The other players, they take either a FAMAS or an SMG. Right? What the T side decides to do, even after losing the round, is buy AKs. They have double AKs even though they lost the round. They forced bot in this round. Skadoodle as a scout. Stewie and Automatic have deagles. Right? They decided to force buy. Nobody in their right mind would want to force buy. And even if they do, they'll do it with SMGs. But because they got a plant and they got a couple of kills, it was, they got 4 kills in the last round. So they were decent on money, so they decided to buy AKs. They're not great on utility if you see. They just have 3 smokes and 6 flashbangs. But that is what they'll work with, and you see how they go about playing it. You see, T side will try to take long engagements because of the weapons that they bought. They bought Deagles, AK, and Scout. All the weapons that you would want to use for long ranges, not for close range.
Grenade out. Grenade out.
Both the teams are playing very passive. Just CTs are using their nades.
Laying down smoke.
They're taking all the long distance engagements, playing very passive.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. I am throwing smoke. Flashbang.
You see the counter utility used by CTs?
Deploying flashbang. I am throwing smoke.
Let me just rewind this if I can properly. One great thing about demos is that your cursor disappears the moment it goes out of screen. Hope that's fine. Yeah. You see how T's execute into this site. What you could see was somebody throwing one flashbang. At the same time, CTs also throw one flashbang. And okay, demo is bugged. No sounds.
Throwing a grenade.
No footsteps. The demo. Can't do anything about it. CS:GO demo is just like that. Anyway, what I was saying was both the teams use utility whenever they have the opportunity to, right? So T's will obviously use it as just before they're entering the site.
Grenade out.
They throw their normal CT smoke. They throw their construction smoke. and they used their flashbangs to get them the entry. There was one CT who was holding coffins,
Laying down
which
smoke.
is okay. This
Flashbang! Throwing flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Laying
yep.
smoke. Flashbang.
Yeah. So this CT here who just died. It was Nico. Yeah. So Nico used his flashbang just to delay the entry, even though it wasn't really useful in this round because the others didn't peek yet. But
Planting the bomb.
what is important is the utility exchange that happens. The moment you understand that they're going to enter the site, you dump your utility to prevent them from doing it or get you enough
Deploying
time.
flashbang.
Right? You see, just because of this force buy that T side did, they are. You will see in a you'll see in a minute that they're going to win this round. Just because of that force buy, they weren't in a position to win the second round. Most of the time, it does not happen. Whenever you lose the first round, you obviously lose the second round again. But they won this round just because they bought in AKs, right? And that's what you need to do. And this works generally only on the highest tiers because you know what your opponents are going to do, and based on that you buy, right? Uh, See this. This round is pretty interesting actually. You see the buy from the CT side, right? They don't have much to work with. One Deagle, 3 CZs, and 1 Mag 7.
I am throwing a grenade.
Another important thing is, okay, that was a hell of a shot from Nico, and I think somebody got timing into B apps as
Throwing
well.
a flashbang.
See this? Yeah. So let me just clear this. Yeah. Uh, there was one single engagement. Nico one digged somebody on banana, and somebody from balcony shot someone in apps with the wall bang. Both of them pretty lucky shots, but this was the only initial engagement that they had, and now they're just waiting for a contact play. You will understand what contact play is now in this specific round. You see what Olaf Meister is doing? Just lurking around, not doing anything. He waited for the contact, didn't get a kill, fell back. Right?
Grenade out.
He'll again just lurk towards shot, but then you see how they're just making only a contact play and nothing else. Yeah, automatic. Right. So Cloud9 moves towards Arch.
Fire.
Watch this timing here. See how Olaf Meister caught the timing? Because they knew that Trees are pushing Arch, so he can take the other side. You see, Stewie caught the timing again. They're just waiting. They're not making footsteps. They're not using utility. They're just playing contact. And now it's a 1v2 against
Throwing
Kadoodle.
smoke. Diffusing.
From the POV. He ends up winning the round.
Terrorists win.
Okay. This got down to the wire on a 1v1, but what was important, how FaZe Clan was able to get it down to a 1v1 is based on the contact play that they operated with. They didn't dump utility, they didn't make sounds, they placed closed angle, they played close angles because they had guns for that, and they just found the timings on these players, right?
Come on, let's go.
Again, they're on an eco. You see what Stu is going to do. The first person to enter banana always throws a molly at cart. That's very much important to stop the push from banana. Because you see, they just threw the molly and left banana completely. They know that there is nobody going to push at the moment. And there's just one person who's just going to check.
Terrorists win.
Pretty small round. What was important in this round, I'll just play that back again. You would have seen the great spray from Skadoodle, which basically cleared it out. Amazing demo UI. I seeked back and it moved like 5-6 rounds forward. This is amazing. Anyway, what I was talking about was what FaZe Clan did is they took a gamble. None of them went to banana. None of them went to B side. They all stacked on A, and they bought in nades to get one person. Right? They know that somebody plays close mid, so they bought a molly for it, so that they bought two nades so that they can get some extra damage and clear them up with pistols. That didn't really work out as planned, but at least they try to do that. It'll take me some time to get back few rounds. I just hate this demo UI. Alright. Let me fast forward.
Grenade!
You see, they had a contact. They knew they were players mid. Right? Now they're going to throw double nades.
Flashbang.
You see this? You see these double nades thrown at mid, and as soon as they throw their nades, because of the explosion, they know that this is going to create a haze or the smoke in the environment, and that's what they use to peek mid and try to get some kills along with those nades. Didn't really help a lot because Cuddle was uh, you know playing from this pit position, whatever you call it these days. We used to call it canal or gutter or pit sometimes, but he played from this position and was able to get a decent spray on the gun.
Terrorists win.
Easy for Skadoodle, but what you need to do in eco rounds is basically use those timings and try to take as many kills as possible and try to salvage guns. In the previous round, if you would have seen how FaZe Clan was able to cause so much damage to Cloud9 even on an eco round, was because of that fight that Olaf Meister won on shot. He got a timing on automatic and he got his AK and got two more kills with it. That's how they got into a 1v1 position at the end. So what is important is to on eco rounds to salvage guns. That's why you stack on sites and try to kill the people who come on the site and salvage their guns. Okay. Now this is the next buy round, full buy round from both the teams. There is an op on Guardian, but you see what is going to happen in this round. Pretty crazy.
They are throwing a flashbang. Laying down smoke. Flashbang. Grenade out.
Two guys holding banana,
Throwing
three guys
flashbang.
starving second mid.
Throwing smoke.
See what automatic does.
Grenade.
Gets this timing onto this guy running. Nobody expected him to just walk up apps and come out so soon, right? And when they expected, Carrigan was just falling back to watch apps, but it was too late. That's how it is important to mix stuff up in games. Now they're just trying to hunt for kills. They're basically hunting for guns. They don't want them to save any guns. I think they'll end up losing a lot of players.
Smoke. Throwing a flashbang.
Yeah, I think they'll lose one more.
Throwing flashbang.
Yes. They're just basically hunting for guns because they know that the economy on FaZe Clan is low, so they want to salvage as many guns as possible. Okay. Moving on. In round number 6, you see what will Guardian do. He's the one with the op, right?
We're going in.
Remember I mentioned that you throw a molly in the beginning of every round towards banana. In this specific round, the molly is delayed.
Smoke. Throwing down smoke.
You see, they delayed this molly, and
Throwing a flashbang.
see what are the results for this.
Fire. I am throwing smoke.
Let me just. Okay, I'm not able to move the camera, but I can show you from another POV maybe. So what happened was, let me not mess with the demo UI. I'll just tell you what happened. So basically, the molly was delayed, because of which banana was smoked, and they had to use additional flashes to gain control of banana. Just because they couldn't throw this molly at cart in the beginning of the round, and that matters a lot because they don't know what they're up against. Because there might be an orb posted up at cart or half wall. There might be two people with M4s. You never know what's going to come. So they had to use additional flashes and another molly to clear this banana position. Just because they delayed one molly. So instead of just using one molly, they had to use two mollies and I think a couple of flashes as well. So a molly in the beginning of every
Incendiary
round
out.
towards cart is very important.
Deploying flashbang. I am throwing smoke.
You see, Rush is just holding flashbang, right?
Molotov.
Supporting everybody enter the site.
Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang.
They throw so many mollies, smokes, flashes, make it a chaos. Look at the site. There are two smokes, one on CT, one on site itself, and there were so many flashbangs. They basically made the lives of the CTs holding the site very hard so that they can make them busy until they enter the site, right? That's why they kept throwing on flashes and uh, using that time to enter the site. They got the site for almost free, didn't lose a man, and got 2 kills while entering. A FaZe clan decide to just save this round. What is important is that time, perfectly timed execute. You would have seen how they perfectly, threw all their utility together and entered the site together, right? That is important. Now both the teams have a full buy again. They called for a tactical timeout. Cloud9 called for a tactical timeout because it is important to discuss your strategies before you go up against a full buy, because this is the actual round where you will see how both teams play against each other.
Flashbang. Flashbang. Throwing fire. Incendiary out. Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. I am throwing a flashbang.
See what is going on over here, right? On banana, Carrigan and Nico, they flashed themselves, cleared banana to a smoke here in the starting of the round. This is going to clear out very soon. Basically, what will happen in this round is FaZe Clan take banana control aggressively because they know it's a full buy for them, and they send two of their more reliable players, Carrigan and Nico, towards banana. And they're going to clear out banana. Once they do that, they know that it's not a B hit for a long time. They can just leave one player here or even make one player rotate, and they can just basically stack the A side because they know it's going to be an A hit, right? And that will help them a lot, as you will see in this round.
Smoke.
I'll show it to you from the perspective of Olaf Meister. He's going to be the one who is going to get a lot of kills in this round, I think.
Laying down smoke.
And that will be because of a simple mistake from Cloud9.
I am throwing smoke. I am throwing a flashbang.
You remember when I was telling you need to use your utility together? You see these smokes are coming, flashbangs are coming, but this molly is delayed. This molly that got to pit was delayed, because of which Olaf Meister got these 3 kills. Only now when he was killing this player from balcony, he had to come out of pit. Otherwise, he could have just stayed. And the teammates from Cloud9 didn't really worry about pit because they knew that somebody is going to molly it. But the molly was delayed, because of which Olaf Meister got two kills, and when the molly actually arrived, he was able to get a kill onto Karash as well. Easy cleanup for FaZe Clan. They have 5 players alive onto a full buy round. This is what will help them establish their economy. This is why timeouts are very much important when you're going up against a full buy, because your strategy in a full buy has to be very different from what you do generally, because every player is confident when they're holding an AK or an M4 or an AWP in their hand.
Go, go, go.
Okay, this is bugged again. Ooh, I can't really hear footsteps.
Throwing fire.
Anyway,
Grenade out. Throwing a
you see how much utility they're using on Banana just to take control of this one part, because that's what helped them win the round last match. They flash themselves, take control of Banana, because this is very important.
incendiary out.
See, Carrigan cleared out Banana. They think it's the same thing. He's rotating back towards A, leaving only Nico here. Right?
Throwing a flashbang. Smoke.
Guardian again trying to block the smoke.
Fear my fire. I am throwing a flashbang.
Not successful this time. But
Throwing smoke.
all Cloud9 is doing at this point is use flashbangs and enter the site. That's what you will see them doing
Throwing smoke.
again and again.
Throwing a grenade. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Guardian got that kill on Tarek, even though he was blind.
Throwing flashbang. Grenade.
See this. See this flash by automatic. This is what allowed them to get inside the site and take this fight. Now automatic turning. Got the
Throwing
kill.
flashbang.
See this thing that automatic needs to deal with, and that's the person in small pit or under balcony or whatever you call it. Rain. He's basically playing this position. I call it small pit. This position is very annoying when you're holding this site, right? Especially in retakes, it's very annoying because you can take fights from anybody coming out of library or arch, and it's very powerful position because they'll be able to see only your head and you can see most of their body, and it's amazing position, especially if you're holding an AWP or an AK. It's pretty difficult to clear out this position, and you see that's what automatic had to deal with. He's just not able to do anything about this position. Basically ganged up on Skadoodle, can't do much, but the positions that they play is what allows them to get into engagements that they are most probably going to win. You see, I'm only giving you small tactics that these teams are playing out because they don't really have such premeditated stats, right? They only have general stats that you need to take control of this site, you need to take control of this area. That is all they plan for, and they know that when you're taking control of this particular area on the map, you use this specific utility, right? If you want to take arch control, you basically smoke short, you throw your flashbangs over mid, you do so and so to get control of this area. That is what you do, and based on your engagements, you either proceed to take that site or you proceed to fall back. Right? Round number 9 this is.
Let's go, my chop chop.
I'll show you what happens from T side
Throwing a flashbang.
towards Banana.
Laying down smoke. Throwing fire.
You see,
Throwing smoke.
they threw a molly and FaZe Clan threw a smoke.
Throwing flashbang.
Now they're smoked out of Banana. They threw in the molly.
Flashbang.
They flash their way in to take control of Banana because it's a very important position, right?
Throwing a flashbang.
You always see them use utility
Grenade out.
to come over. You would have seen Tarek throw a smoke, throw a flash, which allows 2v2 to clear this card position and the sandbags, right? You always do this. You support your players to get into a position and take engagements with a flashbang or sometimes a
Throwing
molly or a
flashbang.
smoke. You basically use your utility to clear positions. Meanwhile,
Smoke.
look at what Nico is doing. He has got on top of quad or new box, whatever you call it,
Smoke.
and he's holding this
Smoke.
position. Now he is the B side anchor, right? So this is what will allow them to
Throwing
win this
fire.
round if I'm right. I'll fast forward this. Yeah. So Cloud9 basically decide to come towards the B side. Nico is in this position,
Throwing a grenade.
trying to take an
Throwing smoke
engagement
and flashbang.
because they know that Nico is a star player. He can out aim most of the people. He's in this position.
Throwing flashbang.
Pretty simple stuff. Only automatic left. They cleaned up the entire thing. Nico got 2 kills. Carrigan got 1. Guardian got 1. And this is how they were able to. The only reason why Nico was able to get the initial kill was because he was in that power position, which nobody would expect him to be. Right? The more important part is to keep switching up your strategies, keep switching up your position so that the opponents don't really expect you in that position, right? You can take a boost on CT, you can get on top of first oranges, you can get on top of second box, you can get on top of new box, you can get on top of fountain, you can play from dark, you can play from
Throwing fire.
muffins.
Throwing
You
fire.
basically switch up your position so that
Incendiary
you can surprise your opponents. That's what you basically do, right? Round number 10 this is. Pretty simple round because it was an eco on the side. I'll just skip this, get to the next round, and I'll show this to you from the POV of Guardian.
Cheers, big fella.
Alright. Remember how I mentioned that you really need to throw that molly in the beginning of every round towards banana. In this round, T side doesn't throw the molly towards banana and see how it costs them. They try to push a banana pretty quick and they don't throw the molly.
Smoke.
See what Guardian does.
Throwing a grenade.
Molly is deep, right? Yeah, they do throw the molly, but they don't throw it on cart. They throw the molly deep. It wasn't supposed to land where it did. I can still show it to you from somebody's POV. Think, yeah. You see where the molly landed, right? It wasn't supposed to land. It was supposed to land on cart so that nobody can peek banana in the first place itself. But that didn't really happen. They threw the molly a little deep, which allowed Guardian to peek. And he got a free kill on Stewie 2K.
Throwing fire. Throwing flash.
Look at how much utility they're using. Dumping utility.
Throwing fire. Laying down smoke. Throwing a flashbang. Laying down smoke.
Trying to contest this position. And because there was so much chaos here, you see what happened. They just completely left banana after using all of this utility because they know it's going to take a lot of time for these smokes to clear and for them to again use their utility to gain control of this entire area. So what they did instead is to just leave banana. They went towards A, and you see this is where knowing about your opponents helps you. Guardian also rotated towards A, knowing that this is what Cloud9 will do. He didn't really need to rotate, he didn't have the information, but he still rotated because they knew this is what is going to happen, right?
Smoke.
Carrigan heard them throw the smoke.
Incendiary out.
Yep, still managed to get another kill, leaving only automatic alive. This was basically because they were able to predict that Cloud9 is going to come towards A side. Also, this position from Carrigan under the hut, it's pretty good because it's a dark area, right? You can't really see much in that area. So it's one of the power positions that you can play on A site as a CT defender. This is a pretty general round. I'll skip this one as well. The default plays, what did they do? Again in this round, what will happen is that you will see a lot of utility dump on banana. Focus towards the banana players.
Throwing a flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing fire.
You see double mollies on banana.
Incendiary out.
3 guys from CT over here.
Throwing fire. Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Incendiary out. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
See how much utility is being used just on banana.
Flashbang. Smoke.
And they decide to fall back and move towards A. Look at this. During this time, they just dumped out their utility and moved towards A. Exactly what they did in the previous round, but this time they did it relatively quicker. So 4 guys from T side are already towards A side. Only Stewie is lurking B, and they still have 3 players in B side. So they dump their utility in the beginning of the round, calling for a rotate, and then in the meantime the other players can move towards the other side and take them by surprise. This is what is basically going to happen in this round, if you see. These are some of the general tactics that they play. They don't have premeditated strats as such. General engagements. Baseline ended up getting back because they actually delayed a little bit after getting towards his site, and they lost a couple of post-plant engagements. But either way, these are the general kind of strategies that they deploy. You dump your utility towards one side and you go towards the other. These are the general fakes that we call, but then they do it to sell their presence on one particular site. And the more utility you dump, the more time you spend spamming the areas and stuff, the more you sell your fake towards it, right? I'll keep this time out. You actually don't have much happening on round 14. I'll just skip this. Round 15, you will see how POV of Stewie. Alright. You see, Stewie has another op. Double ops on T side. You see, there are 2 ops on T side, and that's why somebody needs to play aggressive with the op. Because if you hold defensively with 2 ops, you are going to be so passive that you will find it very hard to get inside a site. That's why you will see Stewie playing aggressive with the op. See what he's going to do. Spots the player and gets it. He takes an aggressive push with the op, which is not really expected, and that's what took Guardian by surprise. He didn't really expect somebody picking over cart with an op. But you have to do it, otherwise your game would be too slow. You see what these guys are doing here in some time. I'll just fast forward this a little. Stu is holding banana. They ultimately decide to come towards B side and rush through a couple of flashes and smokes that you see over on his side to sell their fake. Now they dump utility on one side and they enter. Olaf Meister gets a lucky through smoke kill. Against 2v2k. got killed because of because of Olaf Meister pushing, because of Nico pushing through smoke, I think.
Flashbang.
Anyway, they Cloud9 gets the round. Pretty default stuff after that. All you need to do is time your entry into one site and proceed from there on. Moving on to the second half. You will see me call second halves a lot because double OTs. Anyway, what happens in this pistol round is basically FaZe Clan take the side by force. You see Guardian, Carrigan, they don't have armor. They have so much utility that they are going to take one site and hold it just based on this utility. And utility is very useful when it comes to pistol rounds because it's very difficult for somebody to counter utility in pistol round, right? You can't really spam through smokes as effectively. If you hit a nade, if you get hit by a nade, you lose a lot of HP.
Throw in smoke.
They basically just enter one site, wait for smokes,
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
use their flashes, enter. Pretty simple stuff, right? Again, Tarek using that boost position that they didn't really expect, got 2 kills off of that. But what is important to notice here is that they time their flashes. That is what is important. Your team chemistry is exactly this. How you time your flashes, how you time your smokes and enter the site together. That is your basically team coordination. And that's what gets you to the higher levels.
Diffusing.
Now, Tarek tried a ninja defuse, didn't really work, but this is what generally happens. FaZe Clan win the round and they're going to win the next 2 or 3 rounds as well. I'll just skip these rounds. These 2 rounds, Cloud9 has an eco and they lose a round. Anyway, moving on to the 19th round. Right. This is a complete buy, I think. Yeah, this is a full buy from both teams, other than the fact that Carrigan is still holding a Mac-10 because he didn't really die, so he can continue using the Mac-10.
Chop chop. Laying down smoke.
I'll fast forward this. The basic engagement that we've been seeing till now. Get to Nico's POV.
Smoke.
They basically tried to take this site from Arsh. They got confused a little, lost a few kills. Nico is left on a 1v3, doesn't have the bomb. See what he does. And to shoot a dead body, but yeah, you see, he's going for the plant even though he knows he's 1 on 3, right? And that's because he knows that when he plants, his entire team gets money, and that is what is important at this point. He's not going to really win a 1v3 with 6 HP. He doesn't really count on him making a hero play, but what he does is instead plant so that his entire team gets money so that their economy is stabilized. Right? Economy plays a massive role in CSGO. If you don't have a full buy, your chances of winning are relatively less. So make sure you support your team even on economy basis. That's why Carrigan didn't really upgrade when he didn't really need to. He was still holding on to the Mac 10. Also, when you get kills with SMGs and pistols, you get more money compared to what you get when you get kills with rifles. This round has an interesting maneuver from Tarek over Arch. You will see he does something really amazing. You will see it in a while when FaZe Clan tries to take Arch control. He knows how FaZe Clan takes Arch control, and based on that he plays his gut and tries to counter that play. This is not a premeditated strat, right? This is just a counter that he can think of to, get his team into a position, into a favorable position.
Throw in smoke. Smoke.
Fast forward this a little. You see, he has a smoke here, right, in front of him. See what he does.
Throwing
He hears all these people going there, right?
smoke. Fire. Deploying flashbang.
See what he does there. He gets through the smoke with a flashbang and gets 2 kills based on that.
I am throwing smoke.
You see what Guardian is doing in the meantime. Is getting towards the small bit position because this is the best position to play post plant on Inferno A site. Very annoying to clear. If you are coming from Arch,
Grenade out.
you are significantly on a disadvantage. If you are coming from apps, you are again on a disadvantage. Only from short you have a decent angle to play with. You see how Rush got killed with a nade that bounced off of the skywall. Guardian does miss a couple of shots, but then this position is very, very strong.
Get ready. Get
See,
ready.
automatic can't really do much to Guardian because it's very hard to clear small position. So post plant, you should try to play either from pit or even more favorably from small pit. That's what you should play from post plant. That is right. I think in this round, Face Clan will try to hit B side. Very passive to begin with. Yeah. Now they come towards B. See how they're walking their entire way on B. Hard clearing these angles with an op because they don't really want to make footsteps or give sounds with utility. They want to just get into this site very quickly. Had this engagement, now they start dumping their utility. Very chaotic stuff, but basically all that happens is that they wait for an engagement and then they enter the site by surprise. That's what they're trying to do, right? They don't want to call for a rotation early on.
I am throwing smoke.
After this, it plays on very casually. I think Cloud9 decides to save. Yeah, they'll save. Skadoodle has a mag 7 and Rebecca has a PC. They'll just save this. Moving in the next round, look at the guns that they have. You see, Skadoodle has a UMP, and only Stewie and Rush have an AK. The rest don't have a rifle, so they play close range. They want to take all their engagements very close, right? That's what they do. See here, automatic is playing half wall, pretty close. Backing him up is Stewie with an AK. He's playing the relatively far off angle, right? From sandbags. You see how they will play off of each other, trying to bait one another into each other. It's pretty hard to explain, but see how this plays off. Oops, should have played on 1x, but basically that what happened was automatic plays close angle, Stewie 2K plays far angle. They play off of each other, and because of this position that they had, this entire line of sight, right? If whoever peeks from half wall will be able to see Stewie first, right? Let me see if I can get here. Yeah. So Stewie is basically here. Whoever peeks can see Stewie first, right? If anybody has an engagement with Stewie and Stewie loses, automatic can peek and get this engagement over here. CZ is particularly powerful in very close range quarters. It has an amazing fire rate. If you get even a single headshot, you're basically winning a duel against anybody. That's why automatic is just sticking to half wall, waiting for an encounter with Stewie. Right, first encounter he wins, and the guy who peeks sees that automatic is here. Right, now the next guy is automatically pre-firing here against Stewie. White peaks, but he can take this engagement when the opponent is engaged with automatic. That's why you play off of each other, and these are the kind of things that help you in the upper levels.
Smoke. I am throwing a flashbang.
Get these they get these entry kills,
Deploying
then they
flashbang.
can just basically make this rotate. See how automatic pushed up banana. He's just holding this angle. Stewie can rotate. Pretty basic stuff after this. They play close angles because they know that this is how they will win this fight. Garden hit an amazing shot, but then Tarek pushed up. Either way, this will end. What is important is to understand what kind of engagements you want to take with the specific weapons that you have. Right? You don't want to take long range fights with a pistol, right? Also, what is important is how they got guns based on that. You see, they started with 2 AKs, now they have 3. And the reason why they were able to do this is because they got that engagement on Banana, got those kills, and got one AK off of the other team. You don't really need to buy guns if you can just get your enemies' guns, right? That's why both the teams are pretty hesitant in terms of buying an op. They're waiting for the other team to buy op and get that. You see, T side will not buy an op at all. Skadoodle buys an op, and T side will try to get that op off of Skadoodle and not buy their own op
Laying down smoke.
for Guardian. That
Incendiary.
is.
Grenade out.
You see, all these rounds, what they were doing was they try to use their utility, get inside.
Grenade
This
out.
time they get engagements and they enter without utility, right? This time they just came together. 3 people on a shot took the side by force. They knew that their opponents are weak on their buy, and that's why they wanted to take gunfights. That's what they did. Pretty much Faceline is going to win this round. Nothing much to watch other than that. But what is important is they're mixing their strats. They're not doing the same thing over and over again. They're mixing it so that their enemies don't come up with a counter. This round, Cloud9 does something useful actually. They decide to push.
Grenade out. I am throwing a flashbang. Laying down smoke. I am throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing fire.
See how Rain will die in a moment.
Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang. Throwing a grenade. Flashbang.
See, CT decided to push Arch and take control of one area instead of just waiting for T's to enter the site. And they got the A site, had the bomb as well. Right? Now C9 is also trying to do the same thing. Mix up their strats. You wouldn't really expect CTs to take control of mid and arch after they've lost it, right? So mixing your strats is very much important. You don't really keep doing the same thing over and over again. Skip to the next round. Again, you will see a full buy from both the teams. Pass over this. Very default setup that they go for. 2 guys on banana and 3 guys here on a side.
Smoke.
See, all of Meister will wait for a flash only, then he will enter.
I am throwing a flashbang.
Unfortunately, get molly.
Incendiary.
See towards banana,
Throwing fire.
they're just holding. They're not really going aggressive because they know there are more than one T players on banana that they're holding. They don't really want to,
Molotov.
you know, give up their man advantage. Saw how perfectly timed that flash was, right? Uh, I think it was Stewie who walked into Automatic's crossfire because he was blinded off. And you see again how T side never enters a site without a flashbang. If they want to take control of any area, they will first use their utility to get control of their area, right? They know that CT members can be here. They wait for a pop flash from their teammate. As soon as they get the pop flash, they enter this particular area. Both the members 2v2k and Automatic were blind. Nico gets free kills on them, and this is why your team coordination is important, right? Very simple engagements. 4v2 in the beginning, as soon as they try to get the site. So your utility towards getting the site is very much important. Again, these are the general stuff that you need to follow. There are no specific strats as such on the higher levels. You need to follow these kind of small coordinations with your teammates, and that's what will help you. I'll just fast forward this because not much happens here. You see, the interesting decision from Cloud9 is that bomb is half picked already, and now CTs are entering the site because they know the score is 14-11. If they lose this round, which they are obviously going to, it will be match point for FaZe Clan, right? And if it's match point for FaZe Clan, they don't really want to let them have a lot of guns. They won the previous two rounds. Now they know that FaZe Clan will be having less money, which they do. So they want to take these guns away from them as much as they can, right?
Throwing flashbang.
You see, they will continue to challenge this area, even though they know they're going to lose. Bomb is so far taken, they need to leave. And Cloud9 gets all the kills, making the economy for CT is pretty, the economy for T side very bad, right? They can't really buy a lot of utility with the money that they have left. That's what Cloud9 is trying to do at this point. They know that they've lost the round, but they still want to damage the economy as much as possible because they're still planning for a comeback, right? If you want to try hard for a comeback, you need to do things like this. See, Olaf Meister is down to a SMG. Carrigan Guardian are down to a Velil because they don't have much money left.
Throwing fire. Flashbang.
Okay. Gets a dink on Stewie.
Incendiary out.
You see how much utility is exchanged around banana, right? They keep exchanging utility to delay their push or to stop them or get some damage onto them, right? This is very much important. You see what generally happens is that whenever T's try to push banana, CTs fall back, hold the site. They don't use their utility and delay the push, right? Delaying can help get your teammates to come for rotation, or it can help you take engagements more confidently, right? When your enemy is flashed or when he's burned through a molly or when he's pushing through a smoke, you're significantly more probable to win the fight, right?
Fire. Laying down smoke.
Now see, they're trying to sell this fake. Didn't really work.
Deploying flashbang.
They get engagement on R.
Throwing smoke.
Ooh. A nice 90 turn. Look at the positions that they play on, right? You don't really expect people playing these positions. The only mistake that FaZe Clan did in this round is that they took isolated fights. They didn't enter as a team together. There were people coming from short, people coming from arches, and they didn't really attack the site together. They attacked it, they took isolated fights. And they lost those one-on-one engagements. That's what gives you a one-on-one probability, right? If you enter a site together, if you are fighting 2-on-1 every single player, you know that you are most probably winning this engagement, or you'll at least be able to take the trade. If you don't do that, there it comes down to the it basically comes down to luck, who's able to win the gunfight. Because at this point, almost all the players are equally skilled. It comes down to the luck. Look at the pick-em predictions. Crazy, right? FaZe Clan 93 to Cloud9 7. Because it's 15 to 12 at this point. Anyway, on to round number 28.
Incendiary. Smoke.
See how T-side have horrible economy because of that specific round when Cloud9 decided to kill everybody even after they lost the round. This is what mattered. They got this specific round for free basically because T-side doesn't have an economy. I'll fast forward this. Basically, it'll go towards B, I think, if I remember correctly.
Out. Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire.
Amazing push from automatic. They get the site, but you see how CTs will wait for a retake. See, they're not doing much at this point, right? They're just waiting for this smoke to clear. They're not in a hurry. They know it's a 3v2. They know that they have the weapons and the utility to back it up. One smoke, 4 flashbangs, right? They use all of that to enter the site.
Throwing smoke.
Easy round for Cloud9. Very calm, and they take the retake also together. You see, when T's enter together, CTs also need to enter together whenever they're on a retake scenario, right? Score is 15-13, and I think FaZe will try to force buy. For dramatic effects, let's switch over to the actual stream that was played over the I'll show it over YouTube. Let me get to the exact round. Alright, I'll share my desktop, display capture, yeah. Alright, I'll start from here, just for thematic effects, because these the coming 2 rounds, these are very general rounds. They don't do anything great in terms of their strategies or their gameplay, but it was very dramatic in terms of how intense these matches get when you get towards the end of the matches, or when the score line is very what do I say, very close to
how much improvement Cloud9 has made.
15-13 is the score line.
They've grown up, and we're really seeing.
I'll just let this play and just enjoy these 2 rounds. Then we'll get back to the demo.
That. In the anarchy of this round, FaZe Clan need a bomb plant once again. Let's get that max buy-in. Cloud9 double snipers. Skadoodle, I was going to say, may feel confident to go for a peek down mid, but you never know if double nades are coming, or even more. FaZe Clan closing the distance again. FaZe Clan moving through the apartments, all the close quarters areas. Will there be a smoke on the balcony? Will there be flashes? Will they make their way into the pit?
The utility is certainly scary here from FaZe Clan. They can definitely get a lot out of this. It's a round where Cloud9 are playing a slightly more forward setup than the previous one, which looked very scary indeed. And this time they have Stewie with the AWP holding an angle. Not expecting to be bested on that angle. He has an AWP and he knows that it's not a possibility for them to have a rifle or an AWP. He must connect the shot though, and he must stay alive. It's so critical that Stewie does not die, and he goes for the flick, gets the info, and he falls back. He's still alive, and FaZe have not pushed the position just yet.
You see, the teammate had the flash. As soon as he fires a shot, the flash comes in. But again, if FaZe charge that site and pick up weapons, we saw how hairy it was last time, and they still have Kevlar. And it seems they're going to do it. I don't know. I think they're trying to draw a third player over towards the B bomb site, so maybe make a push towards A. And Cloud9, again, they don't really have the info. Skadoodle was top mid, keeping an eye on things, but he's been moved from his position. He doesn't want to go back. He's too afraid to do it. So it seems it will be 4 versus 2 on the B bomb site. Olofmeister trying to keep around the smoke, but look, the rotation's being pulled. Automatic coming off his position. The smoke, the flashes, Automatic's blind. Stewie needs to land some shots, and he is. 2 kills for him. Don't take out your teammate. He's got to stay alive now. 10 seconds for this bomb to go down. He must stay alive. Stewie is going absolutely crazy on the B bomb site. There's no time to plant the bomb. It's too late. The money's not there. One more round.
What a performance from Stewie, holding his nerve for so long. As you said, James, he had to hit those shots. They were must-hit shots, and Stewie did not break. He did not fold in this position. He stayed true to his aim. And that's why he's on this team. The momentum is with Cloud9. FaZe, their lead has been eroded. Round by round, it's been grinded away by the likes of Cloud9. And a moment of respite for both teams as they take a breather here and recompose for the final round of regulation. After this round, we're either getting...
This is what... You see the issue with no bomb plant. Guardian has no helmet. Karrigan's on a UMP. This is what they're fighting for the major with. However, it is FaZe Clan. It doesn't matter what they have. It doesn't matter if they've got Kevlar or if they're naked. If they've got rifles or if they've got pistols. They are always capable of taking a round down.
Absolutely, and they're taking a slow approach here on Banana. They're respecting Cloud9 and any aggressive plays that they may offer up early into the round, and instead waiting out the grenades. And as you mentioned, they don't have maximum utility, so they kind of have to take this approach. Stewie with a quick flick shot through the wall won't land anything, but he will feel the presence towards Banana, and FaZe are playing it slow. They're running a default in this round. Quick Molotov to, if Stewie was on the angle, forced him away. They're going to go in with this, looking to maybe make a peek here, force Stewie back again, perhaps. And Stewie not to be tested just yet.
Cloud9 don't move a muscle. So much presence shown by FaZe Clan, but they're staying steadfast on the A site. They're playing passively. They're playing for a stronghold on A. Here come the grenades. FaZe Clan trying to force the CTs back on A, but they're already back. They're pretty chilled out, and they are not taking any bait at the moment. 38 seconds, and look at the grenades. There are so many nades here for Cloud9, so many counter flashes. They can really slow this push, but they've got to be careful. The balcony might be a problem, but they've got Rush in the graveyard position. 28 seconds now, and Olofmeister might try to pull rotation. He's the only man on Banana. Rush with an off angle, looking towards the Apps position. The Molotov comes in, but so does the rotation. Olofmeister, though, has been taken out towards the B bomb site, but Automatic's going towards A. Nothing else is going on. He's got to go back. Stewie's on his own, but look at the time. Look at the time. There's 7 seconds to plant the bomb. They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play. Stewie's won the round. We're going to overtime.
Cloud9 have done it! How have they done that? They came back all the way! All the way! How fitting it is Stewie to save them. The only man that could. The only man in position. Never wavering, never faulting. They give themselves another chance, and you have to wonder where are FaZe's heads at after that one.
There's the man, Cloud9 Jack.
You must have seen how intense these moments get. Basically, Cloud9 forced a overtime, even though they were down 14-9, and it got to a position where it, basically had to be an, what do I say, a desperate play from both the teams. Finally, they managed to get into a overtime. So I'll skip to the part where we get to the first round of OT. Now I'll continue from here through our demo. Let me fast forward. Uh, you will see in this round how they try to,
Throwing a grenade.
you
Grenade
know,
out.
delay their push as much as possible. Right now, Cloud9 saw it happened. It has happened twice in the last 2 rounds that FaZe Clan was running out of time. They were so low on the timer that they were, making a very desperate play at the last few seconds. So what they will do is try to uh, delay their entry into the site with their utility.
Throwing smoke.
See, Stu is into a position where they can get early information, and as soon as they spot somebody, they will use their utility to delay the entrance on the site. See, utilities tagged on, especially on CT side, it's a lot to stop them for quite some time.
Fire. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Laying down smoke.
I'll just fast forward this a bit. You see, they continue smoking again and again towards the site that they think there's going to be an entry. You see, smoke clears, there's a molly. Molly clears, there's a flash. Again, there's a smoke.
Grenade out.
You see how they delayed? Again, automatic got 2 amazing kills. At this point, they're just delaying. Nico left on a 1v2. Can't really do much. No time again. That's what Cloud9 is trying to do. They understood that FaZe is taking the site at when there is very little time left. So what they're trying to do is delay as much as possible. Right? I'll fast forward this. By this time you try to you understand how your opponents are playing and you make plays based on that completely. So automatic is in a power position, right? Similarly, Skadoodle is holding Arch, 2 is holding Banana, Rush is holding this. You see, all of them are in positions to basically take their opponent by surprise. At least get 1 kill and fall back. All of them are in those positions.
Throwing smoke.
They're just looking for 1 man advantage whenever CTs enter the site. Whenever T's enter the site, I mean. Okay, bad timing on the flash towards Nico. But
I am throwing smoke. Grenade out. Throwing fire.
at this point, the game has come down to the entire
Flashbang.
mind games. All they're doing is using their utility to sell fakes or to delay or to enter. You will see somebody will dump a, one piece of utility. The other team is going to throw counter utility based on that.
Incendiary out. Incendiary out.
You see, they threw flashes, CTs threw mollies to delay them.
Throwing smoke.
They got control of mid, but they can't get anywhere else. You see them throwing smokes and stuff, right?
Throwing flashbang.
Skadoodle is just amazing with the AWP, but then the only reason Cloud9 was able to get this round was because of the counter utility that they threw. They again got this fear into the minds of FaZe Clan that they're going to just keep dumping utility and they'll run out of time. So they had to take the site at some point, and that's when they got all the kills.
Let's go.
This round also same thing happens. They continue, playing off of utility. This round is very interesting. I'll show it to you from the POV of Nico. He's going to do something crazy towards Banana. You see, Cloud9 is again on match point in the OT. Their baseline is down 3 points already. See what Nico is going to do in this round towards Banana.
Laying down smoke. Incendiary.
Their initial utility just to take control of Banana, right? This is all they're doing.
Throwing a
See this see this smoke from Nico. Delays him. Also, he sits inside the smoke. And he gets the bomb. This is where, they get into a position of advantage. You see, all the T-side players are locked out towards Banana. Nico has the bomb to himself over here. Even they lose a couple of engagements, but they end up winning the round. You see how utility made the entire game over there. That one single smoke from Nico managed them to get the bomb locked out. This is why counter utility is important. In this specific case, they thought that it's just a simple smoke to keep them out. They pushed through it, didn't realize that Nico was still inside the smoke. You can do this only when you understand how your opponents are playing, so you can make counter plays, based on how they go about it. Simple stuff. They just wait for T to do something. Time is pretty less. They come towards B, lose the kill. Simple stuff, right? I'll skip this timeout as well. See how they're calling a lot of timeouts because it has got so much intense that they need to have a lot of discussions for every single round that they play on, right? You have to have very intense discussion with your teammates as well, because if you do one thing wrong, you are basically going to lose your entire match or the even tournament in this case, right? Everything is important.
Throwing a flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang. Incendiary out. Fire.
The only thing that C9 does differently from FaZe Clan is that FaZe Clan, whenever they are met with a utility, they don't do anything, right? You see how Cloud9 flashes and gets to Cloud9 will just flash and push through the smokes. They will not wait for a smoke on Banana, right? Which allowed them to waste this piece of utility over here. In the same time, Cloud9 forced 2 smokes out of the guys on Banana. So when they enter the B site, they don't really need to worry about smokes. They know that the guys on B have already used their smokes. This is what is good about Cloud9 in this case. They use their utility, especially flashes, to take control of places that they've lost. They will flash themselves, or they'll have their teammates pop flash them and take control of sites that they've lost already, which is great. FaZe Clan, on the other hand, used to wait out until the smokes go out or until the molly goes out, and then they try to take control of the area back again. That's not what Cloud9 does. And that was the reason why FaZe Clan was, getting down to the wire when they had like 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left, or even sometimes 4-5 seconds left. That's when they were even able to get to the site. Now, this is what Cloud9 understood, and that's why they're countering all of that with utility. Also, you see FaZe Clan, Carrigan threw a flash of himself, got that kill and fell back. As soon as he has a man advantage, they're going to play passive. That is what is very much important. You don't really get greedy for kills. You get your team into a position of advantage and play from there. You see again, there's a smoke at mid. Cloud9 will not wait. You see, automatic throws a flash and they enter. They just go through the smoke. They will really not respect that smoke that FaZe has thrown. This will allow them to get into positions ahead of time. Smoke generally lasts for about 10 seconds. So instead of wasting 10 seconds waiting for a smoke to disappear, they just flash through it.
Throwing smoke. I am throwing smoke.
You will see how this goes about. They end up losing this specific round actually. FaZe Clan will win this. Uh, 2-on-2 and yet they win this round. Nico he just heard the footsteps and he basically shot him through the smoke. just waiting for his teammate to arrive, and then they're going to take the 2-on-1 fight. Actually, Cloud9 would have just won this round right here. Stewie gets this nice kill. Carrigan was low. Stewie actually missed his shots, and that's why Carrigan was able to take him out. Otherwise, all Stewie had to do was hit 2 shots onto Carrigan. Either way, second OT. It will be after this round, but for dramatic purposes, let's go back to the stream.
Out of
Let me get to the same part again.
That piece make
unless it's down to
how incredible stuff to the site.
not true. In with the game. Now it's Cloud9's turn.
Now it's match point again.
With the money.
In the replay, imposing under the hammer round for FaZe.
3 million team. Cloud9 going to take it
Too
here
dramatic.
and
Anyway.
now. This is their last match point for the time being. Stewie was so close, but he has to forget that. It's all in the past. The time to write history is in this round.
They actually try to go with a faster approach towards Banana this time. Go with a forward flash. Stewie, ever brave. Stewie making his way forward. That's the entry fragger. One player floating back here towards B for FaZe. Carrigan is the man. Cloud9 looking to perhaps explode into the B bomb site. Perhaps an explosive finish to this major for them as they start to make their way in. Carrigan can't get one, but Nico can. And it's a hard effort for Cloud9. They're being ground up here in the machine that is FaZe on the B site, but there's still 2 left.
They've got to get that bomb. They have no idea if the bomb is exposed. Okay, it's being collected by Tarek. 2 versus 4. All the FaZe clan are here. And there won't be a crazy complexity, very games rotation. It will be planted on the B bomb site. Automatic takes Tarek down. There is a boost. Automatic spots it. He's got 2 HP. So desperate. Tarek does not know where to look. They've got no more grenades, but there are flashes on the CT side. 2 players moving through construction. Automatic in the pool. Rain taken out. 2-on-2 now, and it's Tarek. He's got higher health, but it's not perfect. Down he goes. It's Guardian. He's the only man standing between Cloud9 and the Major. It's going to be a double peak. There's the first one. We're going to overtime number 2. Cloud9.
So it forces a second overtime. Gets actually to the one-on-one engagements that they play on, down to the actual gameplay by individual players. But what is important is how they continue to use their utility and their team coordination to get into the, get to control places that they are in need of. You will not see them just rush towards sites and, just use their utility to get control of sites. They get control of places to get control of sites, and in turn, use their engagements in between to get few kills. Pretty intense stuff. Let me get back to the second OT first round.
As these teams are both reset, FaZe will definitely feel good with that clutch from Guardian. What a god saving them in that scenario, and they'll stay on the CT side.
FaZe clan now with the double snipers. And again, this is an all-in play. If you lose this round and you get wiped out, you have immediate problems on round number 2. Automatic now with the forward play.
This specific play from Automatic is what gets them this round. You will see how he, rushes towards apps, and because of the molly that's thrown behind him, he uses that molly to, mask a few footsteps that he runs through the hallways. You see what happens next.
Meister's heard him. Oh, the barrel's been spotted. And there's another fast pick from Automatic. The trade frag is there. Rush is here to take Rain down. There's got to be a rotation. Tarek creeping through the smoke, but it's 2. Guardian, buy one, get one free. And that keeps FaZe clan in this round.
Guardian keeps turning it around on his head. Unbelievable stuff there. But still, the positioning good, despite the player disadvantage for the Cloud9 players on this A bomb site. And FaZe are taking their time to set this up. They need correct spacing. They have utility to use on these positions. There's a quick flash from Rush there to slow things down. Time is starting to run low here for FaZe. They have to move forward. Skadoodle repositioning after the first frag. It's both now from quad here for FaZe. Can Cloud9 close it? Skadoodle gets 1. Skadoodle can't get the 3rd. It's Nico with 12 health.
Is there time though? Is there time? I'm not sure if there is. It's going to be a close one. And he's done it. FaZe Clan take the lead in overtime number 2. He was the only man with a defuse kit, and he was the only man to survive. Anybody, if he gets taken down, the round is theirs. That is absolutely ridiculous, and they know it. He was the only man with a kit.
But this double, that's ridiculous. Both trying to play the edge of the smoke. And perhaps that was the mistake, but lucky for them, Skadoodle did just about enough. FaZe Clan, they will get that round. The damage was done, and as you said, it is very impactful for the CTs when they go double orb. So now they're stuck with just one AWP. They'll fight over Banana. It was something that worked out really well for them in regulation. Very dominant there, forcing Cloud9 constantly to make plays to A, and they can cheat players towards the A position as well. But FaZe are actually going fairly aggressive here on Banana, and how's they looking for a fast flanking play?
Now this is business as usual. They've got a smoke down at the bottom of Banana once again. So this is more of a traditional round that we saw in normal time. Stewie2K, he knows that somebody should be around there somewhere. He is the lurker towards B, and he will look for them. We'll see if he can open things up. If he does, there may be a charge towards the B bomb site. Carrigan, the in-game leader of FaZe Clan, being entrusted with half of the map at the moment. FaZe were comfortable with 3 towards A in normal time, and with 4, situation's even better at the minute mark now, and Stewie's moving away from B.
He could do this before, but this time he's been discovered. Tarek will take him down, and it's a 5v4 for Cloud9 with 40 seconds to go, and Carrigan, he can't reposition. He has to frag, and he gets only 1. And now that's Cloud9 moving quickly towards B. They have the utility, but Olofmeister on the flank. Can he catch Rush here? Rush pops up, and Rush is knocked down. Whack-a-mole there for Olofmeister, but Guardian still in position. They managed to get there fast enough. The bomb has to be planted, and Cloud9 out of this advantage.
Tarek, brave enough to just hold the bomb plant. He knows Guardian's in construction, trying to back off, trying to reposition, sees him, tags him, but doesn't frag him. Holding the angle once again, but does he go high, does he go low? It is a dance, and now they concede multiple angles. Tarek going, takes Olofmeister down. Guardian on 11 HP, Rain peaks, and he gets the angle now. Superior angle. Is there a defuse for the CT side? They're not on it just yet. They're spamming the grenades, they're touching the bomb, and now goes Rain, and now the bomb is trying to defuse it again, but no! Guardian gets taken down. Absolutely unreal round from Cloud9.
An ace from Tarek into the overtime, but again, if you see what Cloud9 does is switches things up. They switch things up because you see in the beginning of the round they were going towards A, but then they fell back towards B, even after getting a kill onto A.
What happened?
Because they knew that the players are going to be stacked on A.
On the Mag 7, Carrigan on the FAMAS. Nobody will go into the second half at match point, but a lead is significant in this scenario. Skadoodle with a very fast shot, but it's FaZe who get the first frag, but the trade is there.
And that's Nico on 14 health as well. This is a really good spot for Cloud9. Not only being a man up, but no utility for FaZe. If they set this up well, they'll be okay, but FaZe, they can make forward plays. They know they have to create some action here. They've got to equalize things by taking out Cloud9 players. They're using the Mag 7 in the apartments. Rain as well can offer a bait, potentially. As Olofmeister goes for the peak. I think he's been spotted now, and the bait is for Rain, but he can't get the kill. Automatic dashes down the stairs. Olofmeister cannot punish, and Cloud9 look very good for this round.
A site is open for business, but Cloud9 will make sure they check absolutely everything. Whoever was in Boiler made one step when they were peeking around, so they had the information. Nico taken out, leaving Guardian alone. 1 versus 4, 50 HP, nothing to lose. He's got to go for this round. And they're going to hunt him anyway. So there it is. Cloud9 take a 1-round lead, moving into the second half again. First team to 22 rounds wins this major.
This is an absolute roller coaster for everybody involved. Faces as well.
Round number, I don't even know what at this point. Cloud9 in the lead. FaZe Clan with the AKs, Guardian on the AWP. They've got the tools. Both these teams so dangerous, looking equal to each other at the moment. So many rounds. Cloud9 ran this in overtime pretty much every round. They were comfortable with the 2 people towards the B bomb site. They weren't scared, they weren't afraid. They didn't over-rotate. They barely rotated at all. Even when FaZe Clan pushed when there were only 2 people on B, Cloud9 managed to prevail. Can they do it again? Moving quickly towards the A site. Rain is blind, and Tarek will take him down. And there goes Tarragon as well. Early start for Cloud9, but can FaZe recover?
Also trying to play the smoke here, but it's going to be difficult. He's lost 2 teammates in the effort. There needs to be flashes for him. They have no grenades left. Oh, that's a good snap. Can he find Rush, though? It's Guardian to get Rush, and all of a sudden it's equalized. Skadoodle back against the site. No support in the corner with the AWP. Do they realize this? I think he's been spotted now. He does have a smoke, though, to play with. He can delay them. If he can occupy their attention long enough, his teammates can make the play. Just by staying there, he's a threat! Oh, my goodness! Skadoodle does it with automatic! My God!
Do you know what that noise means, Dan? It means it's match point Cloud9 again. Do they have enough to take it over the line this time? Two more match points for Cloud9. They've been here before. They continue again with the setup that continues to be successful for them. The 5 players in the server, the chat moderator, analyst behind them. Can they win this major?
Default here from FaZe once again, taking map control. Giving respect to Cloud9 and these shenanigans that they can afford themselves with having that extra round to work with. Tarragon making a fast play up mid now, trying to pressure in, but it's going to be countered by a quick incendiary there from Cloud9. Cloud9 are burning more than the ground here, they're burning the clock for FaZe, but FaZe finally get top banana and some position on the map to work with.
We reached the minute mark, and now you wonder if FaZe Clan, do they have the nerve to play the clock correctly? They're playing a slow game, and look at the late smoke grenades from Cloud9. And Stewie still has a smoke grenade towards the B-bomb site once again, but he needs to deploy it soon. We're reaching the sub 40-second mark. And look at his position. I'm not sure what's going on in CT, but he needs to get that smoke out. 35 seconds. That smoke could win them the major if he gets it out, but he's holding the angle. He's got the smoke in his hand, and the smoke is down towards B-bomb site. The Rapper's been stopped. There are advantages for Cloud9 now. 5 versus 4, 3 taken down. Automatic on the high ground, dropping off. They need to hold construction. Are there flashes there? Will they push? They will re-aggress. Down goes one of Fister. Guardian and the Rain remain. Automatic pushing through. It's Guardian versus 2.
Can he do it again? He's been in this position before to win FaZe around a very important, very crucial one. Can he deny Cloud9? We saw it from this position before. He cannot miss a single shot. Guardian waits patiently as Cloud9 sets the push up. Oh, it's happened! They made it work! Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions!
So Cloud9 basically win the first major from North America. You would have seen how intense the fights got at the end. Every single round was, almost getting down to a 1v1 or a 1v2.
They were the underdogs. They were a heavy underdogs. But
nobody really expected Cloud9 to win. You saw the picking predictions as well, right? But
this has to be one of the most
it got down to how these teings actually understand their opponent's gameplay, and based on that they prepare their strategies. You see at the end of the matches how it got down was Cloud9 were delaying FaZe Clan so much with their utility because they knew that that's what will get them to panic at the last moment, and that's how it is usually played in the upper tiers, because when you know what your opponent is going to do, you can prepare counter strategies based on that. But you can't really do all of that in your general matchmaking gameplays or your Face It or So Strong matches, because teams there are not as coordinated as these teams. But what you can do is prepare a few basic strategies like understanding how to take control of certain areas of the map with your utility and with your few teammates that you can coordinate with. So what you do is you don't really play solo queue every single time you play, right? You need to have a few teammates that you consistently play with, and you figure out a strategy that will work for you as your team, right? That's how you basically go into these kind of matches. That's basically it from our side. Any questions that you guys have, you can ask us in chat right now. We'll reply to those. And again, your go-to resource for CS:GO is HLTV. Use HLTV as much as you can. Understand how pros play. Download demos. Analyze the gameplay for yourself. See how your favorite players play certain scenarios. Based on that, you move ahead. All for your entire utility, you can take help from So That We May Be Free. It was linked in the previous video's description, as I shared last time. You can just see utility for Inferno. And yeah, Cloud9 won the Boston Major. Not most, but one of the most important majors that was ever played out. That's it. If you guys have any questions, you can ask us in chat.